eMarketer, an independent market research company whose clients include 2/3 of Fortune 500 companies, say that U.S. total media ad spending for 2013 will be $171.66 billion and rise to $189.23 billion by 2016. Marketers and salespeople use psychology to affect your purchasing behaviors. There are 3 ways we're going to talk about how they affect your purchasing behaviors today. The first way we're going to talk about is reciprocity. The second way is consensus, and the last way that we're going to talk about today is sex. There are many ways marketers and salespeople use psychology to sell products and services. I'm going to tell you about these 3. You can take that information and hopefully not be duped later on down the road. Like we kind of talked about in the very beginning. Like we kind of talked about in the very beginning, marketers have virtually unlimited amounts of money. Like they got a ton of money, billions. So they're using all that money to get your money, and you're giving them more than they're giving you. So it's a pretty good idea to kind of be aware of these tricks. Myself, I have 5+ years experience as a salesperson. I've worked selling pretty much everything that there is. I've sold vacuums, I've sold knives, I've sold cars, I've sold construction, telemarketing, door-to-door, retail, ABC Warehouse. If everybody goes there, you can get sweet deals if you know what you're doing. So I got a lot of experience doing sales, and I've tricked a lot of people. I also did a lot of research on this. I kind of knew already what I was doing. I kind of had an idea where I wanted to go with it, but I did a lot of research and kind of just to validate some of the things that I knew. Now let's take a look at the ways that marketers and salespeople use psychology to influence your purchasing decisions. The first way we're going to take a look at is reciprocity. Reciprocity is basically they give you something. Well, they give you something for free. They just give you something for free, absolutely free. Welly Malia, a successful internet marketer who teaches marketing skills, in his article, How to Use Reciprocity in Your Business, suggests to use a high-quality product or service, not a diluted down, not a trial version, and you have to absolutely give it to them unconditionally. Some examples of this is, the lady at the store who gives free cookies or free whatever. Some, depending on the company and how they do it, trial periods can be a way that they do it. But the problem with this is a lot of companies try to do this, but they mess it up because they'll give you something, but it won't be anything good. It'll be like a crappy little something that they have extra, overstock, stuff like that, and they just give it to you to try to get you to, because they're trying to use it, but they don't know what they're doing, so they jack it all up. What they do after they give you whatever they give you is they're going to wait. Sometimes they might wait a couple minutes. Sometimes they might wait a couple months. You never know. The smart ones, actually, the longer you wait, the more you're it builds up this kind of feeling that you're going to have inside of you, like, oh, this company, they're so great, and they give me stuff for free, and they're so awesome. So then the next time that they come around and they're like, hey, why don't you buy this from us? And you're like, oh, that company is freaking awesome. I'm going to buy from them. So that's you feel compelled, and you reciprocate the kindness. It's kind of because that's what you feel that you're getting from them is kind of kindness. You're not thinking of them as a big corporation or a company that's trying to sell you something. You're thinking of them like a person that gives stuff away. The bad companies, obviously, if they tricked you, got you to sign some stupid contract, as soon as you get out of it, you're probably not going to go back to them. And you're probably not going to buy anything from them again. So actually, these companies that mess the whole thing up and try to do it the wrong way, they're really they're not doing a very good thing for themselves, and they're kind of going to go out of business soon, especially this economy. The next thing we're going to take a look at is consensus. The salesperson is going to tell you everybody's buying. Steve Riccaro, an expert author on ezinearticles.com with 37 published articles, and a specific article named Psychological Tricks in Selling suggests that salespeople will say things like, people are waiting in line to purchase whatever. Some common examples are, on infomercials you'll always hear, join the millions of people that are getting their whatever done, or getting this, or buying that, whatever. They say, oh, so many callers on the line, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to trick you. There's not that many callers on the line. In the marketing department, it's a room about this big, and there'll be a couple of chairs and some headphones, and you're just kind of sitting there. You're getting calls, but you're not getting calls like that. They make it seem like a lot of people are buying, and that people are buying all the time. It's just kind of to build up that, it's like the herd mentality thing. They want you to, like a herd of cows. They want you to be like the neighbor or whatever. A sure sign that a company uses this, and a lot of people don't think of it this way, is if your salesperson asks you for referrals, he's basically going to give you the same pitch as he's going to give your referral. He's going to take everything that he learned from you, and he's going to say, look, I just talked to your friend, blah, 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 and they bought this, especially if you buy something big. And they're going to use that to say, hey, look, you spent $1,000 with me. Now, and that's your buddy, so spend $1,000 with me too. You're like your neighbors, blah, blah, blah. So don't be tricked by that. Most of the time it's fake. And yeah, if they were knocking down the doors trying to buy things like that, do you think they'd be out there marketing that hard? No, they'd just be sitting back raking in the cash. So now we're going to go to probably the most provocative psychological strategy used for selling things, and that is sex.
This is Jessica. She suffers from BWV AKT boom. Boyfriend went vegan and knocked the bottom out of me. A painful condition that occurs when boyfriends go vegan and can suddenly bring it like a tantric porn star. For Jessica, it's too late.
Oh, you're back. You feeling better?
Please go to bwvaktboom.com and learn to go vegan safely.
As you can see, a lot of companies, a wide range of companies, will use sex. As Abby Rogers and Amy Smith, who are contributors at BusinessInsider.com, noted in their article, 13 brands that use sex to sell their products. Even the most conservative, this is PETA, of companies are going to use sex to sell their stuff. They're going to sell their ideas with sex. Everybody does it, it's just the way that it is. I guess because we're humans, we're kind of animals, whatever, we're attracted to those kind of things. But it's a couple of examples. A lot of times, every time, you're not going to see an unattractive model used to sell things. It doesn't, across the board. It's not a woman thing. It's not a female thing. It's everybody. It's they use sex to sell from beginning to end. As a marketing manager or HR person in a marketing company, you're absolutely going to find salespeople that are attractive. You're not going to hire an unattractive salesperson. You might see an unattractive salesperson every once in a while, but that usually means that they can talk very good, because it's just the way that it is. You want to have attractive people that put it into the public's eye. So that's kind of the way that they constantly are using sex to sell. You see it in everything. You see it in the hair gel stuff, the Axe guys. You guys see it every day. So, all right, that's the last psychological strategy used by sales and marketing people that we're going to look at today. We looked at 3 psychological strategies: reciprocity, consensus, and sex. Marketers and salespeople are using psychology every day to sell you stuff. So I just kind of be ready for it. It's going to happen all the time. There's actually a lot more things, that we didn't even touch on. Colors, I wore this blue shirt for a reason. It's power and leadership because it's a darker blue. Gray pants, openness and negotiability. There's a lot of things, so just kind of always be ready for that kind of stuff. Like I said, they spend a lot of money. Inventor and physicist Edwin Herbert Land, known for developing the Polaroid camera, once said, "Marketing is what you do when your product is no good." So when a person's trying really, really hard to sell you something, think about what it is they're trying to sell. Why are they trying so hard?